Hello, welcome to Game 2 of this actually really exciting series between Hitsuyan1337 and Walter. We actually already see our runners are almost ready to go. This is actually a best of 3 series in the main tournament group stage. As soon as we get actually the screen updated, oh, see that already? Hitsu is actually up 1-0 in this group, Hitsu being the 2nd seed, Walter being the 3rd seed. And of all groups in this tournament, this is arguably one of the most difficult ones. If Hitsu wins, he is actually going to go face a person named Bonta. pretty scary. So of course Hitsu is fighting for his tournament win. Walter, of course, also wants to face Bonta. And he's hoping to tie the series up and then force a game 3. I am joined today by a very cool friend and commentator, Elaine. Elaine, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm the very cool friend. I'm doing good. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. I'm actually really excited to see this game.
Yeah, it should be a good game, right? I think both these guys are kind of like equally strong, in my opinion. So, yeah, I guess we're already starting. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah, the execution. I mean, so don't let the fact that these are 2 and 3 seeds fool you, because they're quite good, very experienced runners. We immediately get an item that's going to be pretty valuable in our house, which is the fire rod. It's like we're gonna get a double standard start weapon today.
Yeah, we also got the map check already on Hitsu's side, and I'm not sure if Walter did one too, but we got a green pendant in Nissan, a pendant in Desert, and I think it was a 5-6 in Hera, so already have the important dungeons checked, I guess.
That map check was too fast. I'm really glad you're able to catch most of that. And yeah, okay, so we have a lot of magic consumption right outside Escape. We end up getting an official Burna start, but of course we have also the Fire Rod, which is gonna speed things up Escape a whole heck of a lot faster.
Yeah, we also see that one of the prize packs is magic, so not looking too good right now for bombs, but we'll see. I think there's another prize pack in the back.
Yeah. So the green guards are able to drop something, which is a prize pack, which is, I think, both Hitsu and Walter checked. And then in the back, we're gonna have some rats and ropes. Hopefully, gonna be able to drop some bomb for us. But at least you said that there's a magic, like all the drops are magic, so that means they can just basically spam the fire rod, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good, honestly, and I think they're quite happy to see this, because the Cane of Burner is not the okay. Never mind, we get 3 weapons this time.
Oh wow! What? Okay, so that's really convenient. All right, so we have like 10% damage already. That's going to be actually faster than the fire rod, because at least the fire rod you have to kind of wait for the burning animation to finish. But of course, the hammer's hitbox is a little bit less predictable, and especially if you don't have to wait for the fire animation to finish, like up in this upcoming kill room. Maybe we could just use the hammer.
So what do you think? Do we get another weapon, or just regular stuff from now on?
Our luck has been so good. I would think probably we're not going to get anything else, but of course I'm always hoping for some fancy footwear to make things just go that much faster. Ideally, because it's a standard start, we do have randomized weapons, but I would really like to be able to see in the next couple of checks, to find some boots, and then also to find a sword. Basically, it'll just be casual boots at that point.
I would be kind of interested to see like a swordless seed for quite a while. That would be quite cool, especially since we have a lot of weapons already. So just see how that turns out.
Yeah, and of course, both these runners are very capable of doing pretty much anything and everything that he can throw at them, right? And swordless should be no exception. Both of these runners are also in like I guess like a mystery pog championship where the weights are like insane. So these guys have probably gone through like insane entrance, Randomizer, expert, whatever. This should be no issues for them.
Oh yeah, both of them definitely have. They both played this game for like, I don't know, 3-4 years or something, so they've seen their fair amount of difficult seeds. yeah, looking like both make good progress here. Already on the way to the back. Let's see if we can find some bombs.
Yeah, actually some relatively, decent movement, kind of going through escape. I don't think either of these runners have dabbled too much into NMG. I know Walther has like a 1:31 time, but just going through escape, playing this game so much, as you've mentioned, I'm sure that you're more than experienced in trying to escort Princess Zelda to the priest.
I mean, it's a little bit different from NMG, right? Like you don't get text boxes, you don't
That's
get
true.
like a sword, so it's a little bit different, but it's still close enough.
Yeah, this is one of the first screens where Walter basically just has like all these ropes kind of move out of his way, not even bothering killing any of them. Hitsu though looks like he wants to farm a bit more.
Yeah, you got a small magic drop. I think there might be still a prize pack where you can get stuff, right?
I saw arrows. Is that part of like the nice 8-pack drop?
I don't think so.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. So looks probably not. Walter facing arguably the most difficult boss in the entire sequence of escape, which is the key rat. Especially with that hammer, it's kind of difficult to hit. Alright, so looks like our runners are not going to get any more bombs, at least out of the prize pack. So, it's at least a good thing to know, right, that their opponent is not going to be able to get to the back. So like, it would be really great, I don't know if Hitsu intended to take all that damage, but, at least if you can't get to the back, you know that your opponent has to go back as well.
Yeah, that's true. There's always the fear that you might, miss some bombs and then you have to go back for like gloves or something, but as you mentioned, this time it's not the case.
Yeah, normally, like in NMG, if you end up taking some damage, you can actually speed up the text boxes a little bit faster as you exit out of escape, but as you mentioned, we don't have text boxes in Rando, so...
Yeah, that doesn't quite work yet.
Yeah. Maybe, Hitsu just wanted some entertainment music, on his way to Lost Woods and Kakariko.
Alright, we see there's just a heart piece here at the mushroom spot, and I think tier 2 triple was a small... 1 rupee. I can't talk. Can't talk today. Too difficult. Alright, but we find a bow in the Thief's drop down, so that's a pretty good, like, 4th weapon early already.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a standard start. We have the fire rod, we have the cane of burden, we have a hammer, and we have the bow. That bow. Walter immediately does a map check, and are we both heading over to Eastern Palace?
I mean, they also have the fire rod, right? So I think it's also in logic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so long as so long as the big key is not in the vanilla spot, like they have to cross over a couple more dark rooms, then yeah, everything is in logic. Guess a bit more just maybe surprised because I think so now both runners have done their map check, and Eastern is the green pendant, which may or may not be a thing that these runners want to dive immediately.
Yeah, we'll see if they continue. I know that Walther wants to gamble today a little bit, and we all know that Hitsu always likes to gamble, so we'll see how this goes. And Hitsu doesn't even check Sahasha, he's just straight up.
Oh, wow.
I mean, which makes sense, right? If you're gonna complete this for the green pendant, you might as well just do it first and then come back.
Alright, that's actually a really good point.
I like the commitment. I'm all down for this.
Yeah, I guess as Hitsu's fellow teammate, you know him pretty well, huh?
Yeah, that's just the kind of stuff he does.
Do actually see Walter employing some looks like stair pumping actually to get past that blue guard. I don't know if Hitsu tried, but he was not able to at least sneak by. He did manage to sneak by that cannonball though. That was pretty dang close.
Yeah, so about pumping in general, if you're, always playing a little bit relaxed, I would say, you're not like dealing with pumping at all, you should still just pump the staircases because it helps a lot. That's like a major time save you should consider doing.
Yeah, and yeah,
Like
certainly.
everything else is just minor time saves, a frame here and there, but the stairs are huge actually.
Yeah, as I think, well, probably then as Walter actually just demonstrated, right, on his way to
Yeah.
Eastern. All right, so I missed on Hitsu's side, but Walter did pick up the big key. So as far as we know, Armos actually is completely in logic. I am curious as we potentially further gamble our item checks. Are we going to ignore the vanilla big key location? It is so runners are on 3 hearts, which is not comfortable, but of course it is doable. looks like Hitsu is going straight to the back. He does not have enough magic actually to use the fire rod, so he is actually going to have to do this room in the dark. It is technically in logic. Walter, I think, has enough by his magic bar.
Yeah, it's also not the easiest dark room, especially not with just a bunch of hearts.
Yeah, so that red Igor, green Igor that Hitsu ended up killing, of course, does 1 heart of damage. In the dark, he's pretty scary because he just chases after you. We're going to be able to see Walter get through this room much easier. Both runners end up making it through, and of course, both runners are just skipping the vanilla big key chest. Let's just hope that the last item is going to be on Armos. Talk about gambling.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean,
I think it's very entertaining for us.
Although it's kind of weird now that I think about it, because you decide to do Green Pen and Eastern, and then you skip out on locations. So I'm not sure if that's the play here, but we will see. We'll see.
Yeah, looks like Walter had a little bit of trouble with the double readies. Unfortunately, just kind of got slightly off track with his arrows, but they dropped a ton of arrows. Hitsu, pretty quick kill. Unfortunately, Armos just drops the map, so I guess we're gonna get a normal 3 items out of Eastern, including that green pendant. Unfortunately, it looks like both runners are gonna leave the last one behind.
Yeah, both with very clean armor skills. Walther doing bottom right, which is kind of weird, but it works for him. And Hitsu doing the standard strat, I would say.
Alright, so of course, in the NMG route, this is what I expect, that both runners are going to turn in the green pendant and get the boots. Let's hope that's the case today. Oh, this is sad. Aww.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure both feel behind now, so we'll see how this continues.
Yeah, Walter, as you said, so Walter, I think, normally doesn't do that many gambles, but maybe, he is down a game to Hitsu. He maybe is going to try and match what Hitsu's doing, and yeah, for sure, Walter is probably not comfortable with the state of how Eastern Palace went. Hitsu, though, I don't know. I mean, if he said that he's kind of used to all these gambles, maybe he just feels comfortable. Nonetheless, like, this isn't even gonna phase him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's feeling right now, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't feel great. I can say that much.
Alright, so Walter actually having a really good mini Moldorm cave. Manages to snipe all of them.
It looks like we're ready for Darkwood already.
Yeah.
So...
yeah.
Yeah, well, so that was the play, I guess. Just come to Mini Moldorm and you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, being on 4 hearts is a super convenient time to go to the Dark World.
I mean, at least you have Hammer, right? So
That's
I think
true.
that's good.
Yeah, and of course, we did see both runners tackle Eastern Palace, with only 3 hearts, including, as you said, a pretty dangerous Dark Room. So, I'm sure that they're quite capable of at least navigating their way through the Dark World. It doesn't mean that the enemies aren't dangerous, it's just that they're capable.
I like that Hitsu's still going, like, either for Fake Flipper or Ice Road Cave, or potentially both.
He has to get over there first. These crabs, as we saw, do 2 hearts of damage on Green Mail. Still no sword.
Okay, this is very interesting, because Walther decided to skip Ice Road Cave. He's going for kind of like the mirrored version of Ice Road Cave, right? Because this cave over here is kind of the same, but still people like to skip this more often than Ice Road Cave.
Hitsu. Yeah, I guess I'm wondering if people maybe like to, try and combine Agina with, if they can come over here desert, maybe they have the boost, they can run over here, it'll be faster. Alright, so nothing in Ice Rock Cave. And also nothing in Agina's cave. Oh, I hope these runners are not feeling so bad, like too bad. Oh yeah, Hitsu remembering. We never got to the back of escape. I hope Walter doesn't forget that.
I'm so confused. Why are we starting in Link's house on the right side?
Does Walter want more bombs? Yes. Nope.
I mean, I don't know. Oh, we got the mirror.
Wow.
Okay, that's a pretty good find.
Yeah, that's pretty important. We do have Dark World access, which neither runner has done, but once we get there, we're going to be able to be very, very efficient. Not only between going back and forth to the Light and Dark World, but also when we start doing dungeons, we can just, like, especially like Pod, right? We can, that's much, much nicer for routing. I think I took a sneak peek at what Walter saw in the library. It was 1 of 2 green rupees as a prize, so looks like we're not going to need boost for that, at least.
And we also got the Dark World map check from Hitsu. There was a 5-6 crystal in Swamp and the other pendant in Ice. So, kind of sad to see for me, because that means we probably won't see Ice Palace, but
Oh, are you sure? I mean, these guys have done Pendant Eastern without, like, anything else.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Alright, so Hitsu, surprisingly or not, decides to visit Hype Cave as one of his first Dark World destinations. We did see a Kina Samaria being pulled out. Looks like he wants to go south first. I might have actually expected some, like, Palace of Darkness trip with that hammer and bow, but maybe Hitsu has other plans.
I think Hitsu is probably hoping for mids in one of these 2 locations over here, so he can just continue. But otherwise he will just mirror, do Kag, and then go back to the Dark World, it looks like.
Who knew by going to Pendant Eastern and then fighting bombs and getting the mirror, he can combine Village of Outcasts and Kakariko in one trip. Okay, once he finds the book in Cave 45, that might be... I mean, that opens up Desert Palace, which is another pendant.
It's also an item you kind of never want to see.
Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of items that we would like to see...
Yeah, I think that was the only useful item in Kag right now, right? Was
yeah.
this
Yep. I mean, I guess, like, now, Walter has money for Zora, if he ever gets there. I mean, Zora himself is in Logic, of course, and none of the other flipper checks are, but he can afford 500 if he ever goes over there. Hitsu spending some of his money, though, digging up 20 rupees, which is not interesting at all for him at this point. And of course, you know, assuming he goes through cap, just like Walter did, he's gonna have more than enough money as well. Oh, this looks aggressive on Walter's side. So we do have the fire rod, and Walter did pick up a sword in Kakariko. We have the ability to full clear Skull Woods. It's not a comfortable Skull Woods by any means, but we do have that ability.
I think it makes sense. If you're somewhat comfy with your Mothula fight.
Are we comfortable with Mothula's fight?
I mean, 5 hearts, hammer, fire rod. It's probably okay.
Is this statue gonna land? Okay. I'm glad that. Yeah, it looks.
Yeah.
It looks.
I was not sure either. Alright, meanwhile, Hitsu doing his Light World Kakariko checks. It looks like we're going for the back of Skullwoods, so I like this personally. We'll see how it turns out for Walther.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, so like this is probably the quote-unquote like normal strategy, I guess, to clear Skull Woods, right? Especially as if you plan on full clearing this, just very easy to go back to front, right? Because if both items are back here, you never have to touch the front. But of course, this is, yeah. Good luck, Walter. It's pretty aggressive. I don't know if he normally do this, but then again, you know, he is down the game. He is up against somebody like Hitsu, and he just gambled Eastern Palace as a pendant. I'm not sure, yeah, of how he's feeling kind of at this stage in the game. Good back of Skull Woods though so far.
Oh no, okay, that's not what you want. You do not want to enter this room as a bunny, but I guess he just sleeps, okay? Okay, well, we just go, alright. No magic, nothing, okay.
Alright, yep.
I'm not so sure about that now, okay.
Yeah, and, you know, so, oh man, so, right, Moth does 2 hearts, Spikes do 1 heart, he does have the Cane of Berta for some minor safety, but yeah, oh, this is super nerve-wracking.
I think the pause button gives him more safety right now than the cane does, so.
Yeah, he is definitely, you know, forget quick swap, right? And I mean, you know, menu time, we need that pause buffer time. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow, Walter!
That was actually such a sick damage boost. And we get the hook shot, okay.
What a prize! Walter must feel good. This is like a really great morale boost. I mean, you go through be super aggressive, and you get an extremely nice prize as your reward. Not to mention a crystal.
Yeah, that was super worth it.
Yeah. Walter's so excited to see that hookshot. Almost forgot that there's gonna be another item back here.
We get a bottle here at the chess game on Hitsu's side. Meanwhile, and he can turn it in with the mirror, while Walther cannot when he gets down here.
Mm-hmm. I guess the good thing about being only on 5 hearts is that you get to death warp really, really easily. We also see a vanilla 300 rupees in the tavern.
I'm not sure if that's vanilla. I think you can get the red boomerang as well from that chest.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think if you don't pick up the blue boomerang in the vanilla game, I think that's then you can get the red one there.
But yeah, it's vanilla-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, was C-shaped house? All right.
All right. So Hitsu though, picking up his pretty much the only thing of value in Kakariko, which outside of maybe the money, is his sword. He's going to be able to full clear Thieves' Town. It is another crystal. What's up?
Sorry. So Walther just bomb jumped across the gap and then hookshot back down.
Oh no! Poor Walter.
That was pretty good.
Alright, one heart. Thank you, Walter, for only having half heart beeps. You know, I do know that some people may or may not be in this commentary booth likes quarter heart beeps.
Which monster would do that? Alright, looks like we have to full clear like all of Skullwoods to get that last item.
Yeah. And of course, this is, I think this is a V31 change. It used to be, I think you always get a small key here in Pinball Room, but they did change it. Such that now you can actually get an item.
It's been like this for quite a while already, I think. As in, the current version is out for quite a while already.
Right, yeah.
I did miss though if we got something else from the front of Thieves in the meantime.
I did not see anything of note. Hopefully our tracker can help us out. Tracker today for us is B-Links, doing all the hard work, of course, pushing all the buttons. Thank you for being able to giving us a pretty accurate picture of what both runners have picked up. Certainly thankless work, or underrated. Hitsu, making it through the probably worst, Hitsu hallway of Thieves Town. Pretty dangerous, especially with no boots.
And he also got trolled by that fire snake a little bit, going left and right like 10 times. But he made it through. Now he just has to survive the attic, and then from that on, it's mostly okay.
Yeah, Hitsu's pretty brave though. These crickets, like he just literally walked right across these crickets. I mean, they could have just like gone down. He just would have been screwed. All right, of course. Okay, so he makes sure that the bomb floor is open and pulls out the cane of Burna because you don't want to die up here. I also have no idea how many items Hitsu's already picked up from Thieves Town, but the fact that he has a hammer, he doesn't have to worry about orphaning an item. He just has to get over to blinds alive. There are a couple safety hearts coming up near the cell, so Hitsu should. I assume he's going to pick them up.
I mean, he also has a sword and a can of burner, so he should be okay for the fight itself.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, and I assume that Walther is probably gonna go to Thieves Town as well right now, even though we can't see it on the restream. But oh yeah, there he is. All right, it makes sense.
No, unfortunately, we're also not going to be able to see any items because Walter already did the front of Thieves, and yeah.
But we got the lamp out of the maiden cell and no small key, so we can just go straight to the boss. You like to see it?
Yeah. Oh, and Walter using his very nice prize from Skullwoods to be able to get through this hallway just slightly easier by hookshotting over on the statues. Yeah.
Alright, let's see how Hitsu does.
Yeah, so for those of you who may or may not have heard this, Blind is a scripted fight, meaning if you do the same movement to Blind, he will react the exact same way every time. Sword Blind is certainly probably the most preferred for many runners. It looks like he mainly stays on track, taking a very small hit at the end, but manages to claim probably the best item that we've seen, or maybe the lamp, but is half magic. So, given that we've already seen so many magic-consuming items, fire rod, both canes, right? This should be pretty welcome.
Yeah, I think half magic is the kind of item you never say no to, right? When you see it there, it's in like reach, so you grab it.
Yeah, actually, I was actually a bit surprised to see half magic as an item in like the hard item pool, because I do feel like once you have half magic and you have the fire rod, like things become a whole heck of a lot easier. But I mean, you still have to manage your magic.
And yeah, Hitsu taking this half magic goes up to Skull now, has a way easier time, so.
Yeah, and he also has the Cane of Samaria from Hype Cave, so we saw Walter actually maneuvering that room, all things considered, relatively well. But he's not gonna have to worry about the mummies at all. He's just going to have to kill some of these Baris and then lift the pot and then just place the block. Like way easier.
Mirror back out, which Walther was not able to. I just hope Walther did not forget about the back. That would
that would be bad. Walther taking on his own blind scripted fight, so he's gonna be able to pick up half magic soon. Alright, a little improv at the end, but still makes it through. Oh yeah, and this is also another reason, why Walther really needs to make his way to the back of Escape sooner rather than later. Hitsu already demonstrating that he can also just mirror out of dungeons. Not only from that annoying middle big hero, right? Also here in the back where you see Walther kind of had to death warp out. Yeah, and of course with this half magic, Hitsu is going to be able to spam this fire rod on Mothula, whereas Walther did not have that luxury.
Yeah, I wonder where Hitsu's going to go after this, because he has some options, and I would guess it's the mountain, but you never know with Hitsu, so maybe we see a desert palace play. Check pad, that's actually a good point. And then still go desert.
Still go desert. Yeah, I don't know, maybe we won't see an Ice Palace dip today. Of course, we always keep our fingers crossed.
Walther getting his cane. Still did not go to back of escape. I'm kind of worried at this point, to be honest.
Maybe when he picks up the Titansmith, it'll trigger a reminder for him. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a shield on pedestal, so I guess we will not see that today.
I don't know. Do you think our runners can do Laser Bridge without a shield?
Good question.
Yeah. Although it is hard item pool, we will not be able to see Mirror Shield at all. That is one of the items that has been removed from the item pool.
Burner does not work on Laser Bridge, right? Or does it?
Yeah, Burner works. Yeah, it is invincibility.
It works?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess at some point the developers separated hard item pool versus hard functionality. And I think hard functionality, Burner doesn't work.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, I think. It's one of these things that at some point you just always do laser skips, so you don't know that anymore.
Yeah.
you just never check. It doesn't really matter. So. Right.
Yeah.
Walther going to pod while Hitsu gets his heart container from the pinball room.
Oh yeah, and man, seeing Walther here, in pod, he can full clear it, but we would really like a mirror. I mean, he's when Hitsu gets here, assuming Hitsu also full clears, he's going to actually lose some amount of time to Hitsu just because he doesn't have the death warp, or sorry, Walther has a death warp, whereas Hitsu can just use the mirror. That's much more convenient.
Yeah, but it makes sense for Walther to come here. Especially because he does not have mirror, so Death Mountain would not make as much sense, I would say. I mean, okay, maybe it does, but it's definitely slower. So we'll see. Meanwhile, Hitsu just mirrors over, goes to the mountain.
It is something that you predicted. maybe I don't know how sensible that Hitsu still wants to play, but this is certainly very logical. He has the mirror, he has the hook shot from Mothula with the hammer. He's going to be able to clear all of Light Death Mountain. And of course, he finds the Mitsup here, right? He's able to be able to clear the dark version as well.
Yeah, so Walther would need to find, like, maybe mids in pod over here. At least that's what he secretly hopes for, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe some boots.
Boots would be awesome! So actually, yeah, and of course, both these runners end up having the lamp, so no more dark rooms for them. But it also certainly really pays off if you know your dark rooms. The last seed that they had boots in the dark maze of pod, a pretty dangerous place nonetheless. And lamp was in like Pendant Ice Palace, which they they definitely visited much later in the seed. I miss what was in Spectacle Rock on Hitsu's side, but the fact that he's not going in means...
It was just rupees or something, or a hard container, not sure, but it was nothing important at least. We do Spy Cave right off the bat, that's kind of unusual. Especially since he could have just cleared Hera and then come back here and then like transition into right side Death Mountain or something, but
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
does not get rewarded for it.
Walter looks like he is having a little bit of issue trying to get onto the same pixel. He is, in order to get the hammer jump over to the big key chest, or the big chest. Alright, does get it!
I think someone typed that like a couple of years ago. It's something about like 40 pause buffers or I'm not sure exactly, but something along these lines. Like you would need to do in order to for it to be slower than just going all the way around.
Yeah, I heard something very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, at least for the NMG portion of this.
Oh, Hitsu. Alright, so Hitsu wins the speed race. It's the first one, finding the boots in Paradox Cave. With that sword, he is going to be able to dash to his heart's content. Oh, and he finds the flute up here as well. Wow, alright. Hitsu is really racking up the mobility items here. He has the boots, he has the flute, he has the hook shot. I'm not sure how much more we can do in order to go fast.
Yeah, nothing really, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it should still be okay if, like for Walther, right? If he goes there somewhat soonish. Okay, we do skip Spiral Cave for now.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe if Hitsu's hoping to, do either Tablet, Hera, and then go back to Spiral Cave, and maybe if the mids are here, he can combo it.
Yeah, makes sense. So let's see what kind of layout we get here for Hera. There is a small key, potentially skipping the big key if it's not in this chest.
Yeah, it looks like we're taking a shortcut up. Walter, though, looks like he has made his way back to face Hoff Helmasaur. Health is okay. Not certainly unheard of, especially if you are kind of like more familiar with the NMG scene. You are here on normally 7 hearts. He and Walter does have the hammer and the bow with some arrows, so hopefully this shouldn't be too bad of a fight.
And we get one item out of Hera on the left side meanwhile, and Hitsu hoping to find that other item on Moldom. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he does not go back in. Both Hera items found? Did we though?
No, I thought we saw a small key in a map, right?
Yeah, I think so too, right?
All right, Mulder, pretty cooperative for Hitsu. You know, Hammer does actually only take a few hits, but is still pretty dangerous. Mulder can knock you off. Unfortunately, there is going to be an item left in the big chest. I don't know if Hitsu's going to go back and sit through the basement.
Then Walther making good work of Hammer, honestly, getting that Quake medallion. Doesn't really do much for him yet, but we'll see what his path is.
Well, Hitsu has at least decided to put off Hera Basement for the time being. Gonna go back and do Spiral Cave.
So we're starting at Sank. Come on, Walther, you can do it.
Alright, okay. So he has bombs quick swapped out, so it looks like he has remembered. Or at least maybe he's remembered before, but now this is going to... he's gonna be able to pick this mirror now. Okay, so that's our second medallion found. Now, we do know that we need at least one medallion because Mire and Turtle Rock are crystals.
Yeah, but we don't know which medallions yet, because we do not have mids, so that's still a little bit off limits.
Yeah, I guess I was curious, like, it's probably too much time, maybe, you know, for Hitsu to go back to Dark Death Mountain after Spiral Cave to find out, like, information about Turtle Rock? Maybe? Because he also has Hookshot Cave that he could do? But maybe he just wants to make one more trip up the mountain.
I guess it kind of depends. If you're in go mode minus, like, let's say the Bombers medallion, you just go in a tournament race, right? You just take the 66% and hope that it's not Bombers on T-Rock.
Or maybe Hitsu, you know, he just has one medallion, he just goes.
I mean, he's probably gonna kill Helma at some point. So
yeah, that's true.
So he will end up having to by the time you know, it's gonna be important. But yeah, Walther going the right way, doing the Death Mountain checks, which is good for him. Hitsu meanwhile doing what Walther just did, so they just kind of go like each other's route.
Yeah, and well, so Hitsu's gonna come here a bit better equipped, I guess, at least in terms of routing, right? So he did pick up the mirror, and he's going to be able to get through pod pretty fast, like pretty, yeah. Significantly faster, at least to Helmasaur. I'm not sure if Hitsu knows Kiki Skip. I'm not sure if we're going to see it today, but of course Walter coming over here doesn't have the boots, so couldn't really make Kiki go fast. Hitsu does get a little bit bullied though. We did see, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was some inefficient dashing on the overworld, but he still got the little, you know, Kiki skip follow thing.
Alright, so this is potentially another moment that could end up in Walter's favor, right? So we do know that Hitsu skipped the basement. If Walter ends up not skipping it and finds something in the big chest, this could be pretty big for Walter because Hitsu doesn't really look like he's going to come back here anytime soon.
Yeah, I wonder what's the next step's gonna be, right? Because question in chat also, where was book? I think it was in Cave 45, right? So,
yeah.
So I can see Hitsu do Desert next, because it's, you know, a bunch of checks, and there's not really that much convenient things left after Palace of Darkness.
Oh yeah, that's true. And you know, so we haven't seen the flippers yet as well, so we know that you know, going into Ice Palace, for example, is going to be out of logic. And of course, without the flippers, we can't really do anything in Swamp either. I
think it's just Desert Palace with the ledge, and we have Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb, Catfish Pyramid, and Zora. I think that's about everything that's left in logic, and of course one item in Eastern and one item in Hera. So.
Oh man, I mean, both runners are gonna feel awful about if there is actually something in Eastern Palace. Like that's just such a bad location at this point.
And maybe he... Okay, who am I kidding? But maybe Hitz is just gonna mirror over and check it. But it's probably not happening.
How many channel points do you want to wager on that, Helene?
I'm not wagering any channel points on that. I mean, I would not do it myself either, so...
Alright, Walter, geez, yeah, demonstrating how much of a bounce Mulder can give and how unreliable that hammer hitbox is.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised that first hit did not connect, but the second one did, even though it looked kind of off, so that was kind of weird, but Moldum is dead. Let's see if Walther goes back in or not.
It's going back to make sure he picks up that last heart. I guess he wants all of the health he can get when facing off against Helmasaur. Yeah, unfortunately, so all the items that Hitsu has picked up hasn't really given him much of an advantage over Walter to kill Helmasaur himself.
I like that he's going for the hammer hits here on Helmasaur. Because shooting 8 arrows in the second phase, if you've done this yourself, you know it's kind of awkward when he like dances left and right, and then you have to pause, and then he dodges your arrows. So these hammer hits are a little bit more reliable if you can hit them. Yeah, looks like Walther also did not go back into Hera, so we will never find out what's in that big chest. I mean, Walther grabbing boots, Hitsu going back to clear the back of pod. So yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense for Hitsu to go to Pyramid and Catfish after this. And mirror over to Zora, right? And he could also, if he chooses to, like hookshot over to Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb, and then do the bomb trick, the current jump over back to the right side.
Oh yeah, so that actually can be pretty efficient. And yeah, as we were saying, so we're kind of missing a bunch of items yeah, we're running out of logical checks at this point. Right, and I think this is a new check on Walter's side. Oh, I don't think we saw Bonk Rocks yet.
We did see that on Hitsu's side. So I think Hitsu's gonna get his.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right.
This very chest, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, right now, we do know that there is a third shield on pedestal, but of course this is hard item pool, so we are not going to. I mean, so if they end up pulling ped, which I really can't imagine them doing, it's going to be a green 20.
We do get a new check here on Walter's side. We did not see that on Hitsu.
I have no idea what that was.
It kind of looked like a red rupee, but I'm not sure either. Like, he went back because he didn't see, and then I was like, okay, let's double check, and I still did not catch that.
Whoa!
There's mid. Okay.
Yeah, alright.
So that's kind of bad news for Walter, though, because he does not have the book yet.
Oh, right, because the book was in K45, and he just picked up Mirror.
So what do you do on Walter's side now? Like, you check Sick Kid, and what's next? That's kind of a difficult decision, in my opinion.
Yeah, also, I wonder how much he wants to stay in logic versus maybe gamble.
So yeah, mid's opening up, but quite a lot here on Hitsu's side. He's gonna just flute back to, what is that, 6? Check Maya Shed, Maya Medallion, probably Checkerbot Cave. I think that was Quake.
Yeah, that looked like Quake. All of these are super fast. Alright, so we do have some divergence. Looks like Walter is going to probably do some more overworld checks. Nothing on the pyramid, so maybe this is going to be his cue to go up to Catfish, and then mirror over and pay off Zora. So these are at least in logic checks for Walter. He does have the bow and a couple bombs. I have seen him try and do the splash deletion in order to get into Waterfall Fairy. I don't know if he'll do that today, but you know, assuming he goes to Zora, like he's just right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that still works after we killed Amos, right? I think there was some weird
oh, is that true?
scenario.
Okay.
I think there was some weird scenario, like if you shot a bunch of arrows already, like during the seed, it's not gonna work anymore.
Oh, really?
But don't quote me on that.
Okay. Alright, Walter, of course, using the boots, he's gonna bonk himself over. And not only does this unlock the camera so you can actually just mirror, so you can kind of move about freely, it also kind of sets up a pretty nice quick warp, which means that you can actually mirror over to the light world about half a second faster. Oh, okay, so it was Ether, apparently, on the entry to Meyer.
Yeah, so it does not work on Walter's side anymore. I'm pretty sure that's why. Yeah, it looks like Walther doesn't even like... Oh, he's gonna grab the boomerang to try to like further splash delete now. Okay, I see what you're doing.
That is really interesting. I don't think I would ever have thought of that. Alright, so Hitsu, showing us that it would actually be really nice in order to have beams for Meyer 2, does actually improvise, you know, relatively well with King Samaria trying to kill off all the Wizrobes. He does have to be a bit careful here in Meyer. It is a full clearable dungeon, it is a crystal, but you know, Hitsu only has, it's like 7 hearts, working hearts, and Meyer is very dangerous as a dungeon. Most enemies here do 4 hearts, so Hitsu does not have a lot of buffer to make his way around.
Especially the Vitreous fight is gonna be quite interesting
to see. Mm-hmm.
Fighter sword on like a hard item pool, it's not the fight you want to take if you can avoid it.
That is a very good point. Okay, so Hitsu is getting a little bit beaten up here on his way to the back.
He's just going straight for it. That's kind of brave, but we'll see how it ends up for him. Meanwhile, Walter did not find anything over on Zora. He's gonna check Ice Rod Cave, which he skipped earlier. I mean, it makes sense. He left the mirror in back of his cave for a while, so he's probably kind of scared that the same thing happens over here.
Oh, that was his last bomb, too. I didn't even realize. That's probably why he ended up picking up the 50-50 rock earlier, hoping to get another bomb. But luckily, Ice Rock Cave has 3 bombs for just waiting for him.
Hitsu trying to do spooky, but luckily does not get it, because otherwise he would have, like, you know, moved the packs in his way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right, because he just went straight to the back. Yeah, that's right.
Walter also setting up the water walk, which is kind of good considering the splash deletion just now did not work. It's just gonna go and check it this way.
Okay, and we haven't seen Hobo from either runner, right?
Yeah, I mean it's also not in logic, but we'll see.
Poor Walter. Not the two prizes you wanted to see out of Waterfall Fairy, but at least he ended up getting it this time around. So Hitsu though, on his fighter sword, Vitreous fight, doing his absolute best in order to use the cape and half magic. Hitsu does have to be careful, at least before this potion though, because eyeballs for Vitreous do 4 hearts. The goop only does 1 heart, so he's trying to do some damage boosting, it looks like, but this is not going to be an easy or fast fight, for sure.
But he bought a blue potion earlier, so does play it super safe, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, oh yeah, and it's definitely very common, seemingly at least for a lot of runners, to pick up some extra safeties. We are flush with cash, and of course, being on hard item pool, you're not always, I guess, blessed with Tempered Sword, and so doing Master Sword, Silverless Ganon is just super painful. Not to mention you don't have any armor upgrades, right? So a lot more dungeons just become more dangerous.
And I'm not sure if he got both items, but he did at least get one, so... Let's see what his next step is. Meanwhile, Walther does go back up to the Spike Cave. Gonna go and check that. Getting a little bit unlucky with all the stuff he's checking right now. And it's really just the back of his cape check at the very start. Still, tossing him behind.
Yeah, not only Walter's just having a bit of he's just having a bit of a faster time, because he has the mirror advantage within dungeons. Hitsu also has the book, right, from one of the mirror checks, which basically gave him myths as well. Walter, of course, demonstrating exactly now why myths are actually also nice to be able to enter Dark World. You have the myths, you can take a shortcut to this Dark World portal, but if you don't, you're gonna have to go through this kind of like the more old-fashioned way, lifting up, or at least hammering your way down instead of lifting the giant rock.
And this looks like a Graveyard Ledge King's Tomb check, which is not what he wants to do right now.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Walter... Actually, no, Walter hasn't done Digging Game yet. So yeah, he probably wants to do the north checks first and then kind of make his way down. Alright, so Hitsu, first leg of the Smith chain completed. Just the other green rupee. So nothing of value. Looks like he is going to turn in purple chests. Oh, and I think this is going to be new on, because I don't think we saw Hitsu come over here to King's Tomb. Nothing of real value, though.
Yeah, so Walther kind of needs, Ice Rod or Flippers to be in Graveyard Ledge to come back. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. Or maybe a required Bombos or something.
Oh, yeah. That's something. Yeah, so let's just take stock and for what we still need for our runners between the two of them. We definitely need an Ice Rod, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be another Ice Rod Hunt seed. Unfortunate for Graveyard Ledge on Walter's side. And we do need the Flippers because Swamp Palace is a crystal. And we don't know necessarily yet about if we need Bombos as a medallion.
And we also do need a second sword at some point.
Oh yeah, right.
But yeah, right now it's not the time to worry about that. Because chances are still high, they will just find it on their way somewhere while looking for the other items. But yeah, this is not looking good for Walther right now. So he's gonna go to K45. I think that's last location for him. Apart from that Hera basement, or Hera big chest.
Oh, right.
And potentially Eastern, even though someone in chat earlier said Eastern does not have another item, so I'm not sure anymore. But we know there's one in Hera still, so...
Yeah, that's right. So I actually did end up checking their personal trackers for Eastern, and both of them had it marked as all 3, so maybe we just missed something.
Okay, alright.
But I'm not sure if Walter had done digging yet. I know we saw it on Hitsu's side, which was only 20 rupees, but I just don't remember. Oh, Hitsu! already back up here, Dark Death Roll Mountain. Finds Bombos, which is a third medallion. Okay, so that's definitely so we know all the medallions now, so it's not going to be a medallion hunt, at least the seed.
Yeah, it's also not going to be a worry at any point because it's right in front of T-Rock.
Right, yeah. Okay, there is our second sword. Hitsu's hoping to find one more at least. Oh, okay.
So it's just flippers, right?
Yeah, it's just flippers. I mean, so that was like our, Turtle Rock care package in Hookshot Cave. We have the Ice Rock, we have our last medallion found. Hitsu is just one flipper find away, basically, from completing the seed. I mean, well, at least being go mode.
Yeah, and he's also super, super ahead at this point.
Yeah.
Walther just now picking up his mids at the 1 hour mark, almost, seems like. But yeah, sadly this means we will not see Ice Palace this time, at least not on Hitsu's side.
that is unfortunate. Yeah, so of course, these runners are very adept in logic. Ice Palace, not only is it a pendant, it does logically require the flippers to get in, to Ice Palace because you just swim there. And of course, Hitsu knows that you're definitely not going to find the flippers in Ice Palace at this point. Does not get the absolutely free quick warp into Turtle Rock. I have noticed not many runners have been able to get that free quick warp.
It's not free. Don't listen to her. It's definitely not free.
Alright, so, of course, Hitsu is still missing one item from Go mode. He is going to full clear Turtle Rock. It is one of the dungeons that is not going to be much different if you full clear or not. Maybe you skip a key or two, but probably one of the biggest differences is going to be Mimic Cave.
So yeah, I'm always thinking about, like, what does Walther need to happen, to come back into this race? It's probably going to be, like, some weird flippers location. As we said, like Hera Big Chest.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or maybe we missed the second item in Maya or something. Like I'm awful at checking dungeon items while runners are like going through a dungeon.
Yeah, no, that's actually.
I'm also pretty sure we only saw one item in desert, so might also be still in there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Walther does need one of the, in this case, flippers to be somewhere that Hitsu is not going to basically immediately go visit. We do have, a couple places, though, that we know the flippers can't be in. So one of them, as you mentioned, is going to be Ice Palace. Another one, of course, is going to be Swamp itself, because we do need the flippers in order to get access even into that first room. And we already
checks that Walther already did, so that's not great either.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, we've already seen a lot of overworld checks done by Walther, at least on the north side, and then we saw Hitsu do the Smith Chain, so and like hammer pegs. So things are not looking super optimistic for Walther, but he still does have some chances.
But yeah, someone in chat anticipating flippers on Laser Bridge. We'll see if that turns out correct.
Yeah, I mean, Laser Bridge certainly has some reputation of paying out. We can find a third sword there on Laser Bridge. We can find Go mode flippers. I'm gonna assume that once Hitsu finds the flippers, he's not gonna care about anything else. Like, he's not even probably gonna check anything extra for his sword. Maybe something on the way in Swamp, but other than that.
Yeah, like maybe the 2 diver down chests and the waterfall one, because they're right there, but like probably not even the bombable wall or something, right?
Looks like Hitsu is actually going to check Mimic Cave first. Sometimes you do see runners, actually, especially from one item being away from Go mode, they opt to check the big chest first in Turtle Rock, because if your flippers are there, they're great. and then you don't have to do Mimic Cave. But I think this is probably more or less out of habit.
I mean, it's a small time save if it works out, and like a small time loss if it doesn't. So, like some runners do it this way, some do it the other way.
Actually, it looks like Walter is following in what Hitsu had actually done to Meyer already. Like, I don't think I saw him like do anything else except go straight to the back to Vitreous.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a little bit surprised because I don't know. That seems kind of new to do, in my opinion. Unless he's just gonna check this and then come back into the front or something. And maybe he just wants to see if it's like 0 items here, and then he goes back in, right? But if he does get one, he just leaves or something.
Yeah, a slightly different set of tactics on Walter's side, using bomb struts.
Who also looks like we missed the flippers in the roller room on Hitsu's
Oh,
side,
did we?
so.
Oh
Yeah.
man, okay. Alright, well then, with like an hour and 3 minutes, let's say, ish, Hitsu has hit go mode. He does need a small key, it looks like, out of Laser Bridge. I do not know if he wants to check more chest, assuming it comes up earlier. Okay, I'm glad Hitsu didn't die. That would have been
Looks like
kind
you
of
were right.
painful.
Burner does work on Laser Bridge, so.
Yeah. Alright, so, okay, Hitsu doesn't have to take any gambles. The decision was taken out of his hands because the small key was on the very last possible chest. So Hitsu had to check all 4 chests. I was kind of curious if he was willing to gamble, but...
It's actually a pretty fast seed, I think, all things considered, right? Like, if
Oh,
you did
yeah.
not do... Like, I think the only unnecessary things Hitsu did was Eastern and the Smith chain. Everything else was kind of like, you know, made sense. It was on the way, so... Yeah.
Yeah.
As Chet says, it was more or less the fastest way, except for Eastern, right?
Yeah. And in fact, and they actually found boots at like 30-some minutes too. I mean, so it wasn't even like super early boots either. Of course, you know, that being said, we still have a not trivial amount of game left, right? Hitsu is on Master Sword, and it's certainly, especially against Ganon, right? It is going to be a battle of endurance.
I'm pretty sure he's just gonna, you know, stock up on bottles. Because I know Master Sword Ganon is not his favorite, so... Well, not on bottles, but on potions, rather, right? But yeah. I think with a bunch of blue potions, it's, you know, it becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, that half magic that they picked up is certainly going to pay some dividends here.
But yeah, Walther skipping the Smith's chain, you know, making the right calls right now, but it's already a little bit too late. It's kind of sad because it's really just that back of escape that put him behind like this, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm pretty sure he would have, you know, gotten the book a lot earlier, and you know, went to desert. So yeah, kids, always check back of escape as soon as you can.
Yeah. You know, I mean, yeah.
You know the funny thing is, Hitsu always makes fun of me because you know, like I get gloves, I save and quit. Like that's one of the things when we started playing Rando back in the day. He kind of laughed about it. He always says it's the third lane check, and
oh really? Yeah, oh
yeah,
man.
It's kind of funny to see at this point.
Well, alright, so then he absolutely should, you know, give you this win, right? Because this is exactly what basically gave him the win over Walter. Or soon to be, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it also makes sense. It's right there, it's super fast, it's 3 checks, so why would you, like, not do that? Like, ASAP when you save and quit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's also so unfortunate, because, you know, no bombs in prize packs and escape.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly would have been just like much more convenient. And then like oftentimes, right, like when you do find the gloves, right, it's I don't know, relatively early, but you know, maybe the fact that, you know, both Walter and Hitsu went to Penn and Eastern with that bow, you know, maybe wasn't feeling super good. And you know, you can especially, you know, in a race, you know, that has some pretty high stakes, right? You can just forget about some of the easier things that you just, you know, mentally would have like done, you know, like 95% of the time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's also the possibility that you just, you know, you start the sea, you just mark it off because, you know, like 99% of the time you just check it on the way. And this is like one of the times where it does not work out because you don't get bombs in the chest, or you know, there's the starting weapon not in the prize packs. So it's kind of rare that you're not able to check it.
Yeah, and especially in this particular case, like the consequences are pretty strong, right? Like most of the time, right? Also, you miss back escape, you go back and just like 3 junk items. But and it turns out in this case, Mirror actually unlocked a heck of a lot further down the chain. Walter needs to be careful here in Chomps. You know, I've heard many a person say that this is their absolute favorite room the entire game. Chomps always need to be here for some reason. They do 4 hearts of damage. Walter is only on 2.5, but at least manages to make it through.
Yeah, Chomps also never block your path. They always have good energy.
Yeah.
It's a very lovely room. Oh yeah, looks like he made it through. Meanwhile, Hitsu did check all the chests on the way. No tempered sword. Let's see what his Argus strat is right here. We're not gonna see the poke strat.
Okay, so hopefully he's gonna pull a couple of them and then sword spin. I don't imagine him doing the menu version, like, you know, menu to hammer and then you know, menu back to hookshot. It is a little bit easier with quick swap, but it's still kind of awkward.
Yeah, but you also still see a lot of runners just, you know, do single puffs, double slash, and I think that's kind of slow.
Yeah, maybe ice rod phase 2? Wow, he just literally spammed that thing.
I think I had 6 or 7 shots.
Yeah. It's certainly, you know, not the traditional 2 fire rod shots and a sword spin that we maybe, you know, kind of used to, but still, you know, you can't argue with results, so.
Yeah, I think it's time for that, you know, game of chat.
Right!
Since you're a commentary veteran, you get to explain it, so...
Oh, well, Delane, I feel like maybe you also know this game. Probably also watched, you know, Random once or twice. Alright, but let's start the game. I don't know if I have permission to do so. But yeah, as Hitsu is climbing up Death Mountain, there are going to be 22 possible locations for where the Ganon's Tower big key is. Feel free to put your number in chat to guess where that number, what check Hitsu's gonna find the Ganon's Tower big key. We'll probably close it off right as Hitsu enters GT. But until then, have fun guessing. As soon as, of course, he gets through these dead rocks, which, of course, has never gotten in the way of anyone else ever in this game.
Yeah, I think if I had to choose, like, top 3 worst enemies, these are definitely on the list.
Wait, what are the other 2?
I'm not sure, but these come close to first place. I'm not gonna lie.
Chomps are pretty up there.
I think the other ones are these, like, green, you know, flying dudes that shoot bombs.
Oh, the bombers? Yeah, those guys are terrible too.
Because, you know, they never matter unless you're on, like, low hearts and you try to visit, you know, Dark World Shopping Mall or something, and they just sit on top of you. There's nothing you can do. Right, Hitsu opening GT, 1 hour 12 minutes, as we said, that's pretty fast. All things considered. Let's go right side, which I approve.
Yeah, you know, a couple of different schools of thought for trying to route in where the big key is. So typically, if you find a small key, you can keep going over the compass room. Looks like Hitsu just found some money in Hope Room, so he's got probably no other options than to go left.
Does pick up the heart container. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we didn't see him go to buy more potions, did we?
I don't think so. No, he's just straight, up in GT. So.
Okay, so Walter, opting to take the safety door, actually finds the small key in the closest door, the closest chest to the door, and he's just gonna opt to skip the rest of them. I think he's gonna miss out on the bug net, if I'm not mistaken.
Bugnet was first chest, so he got that.
Oh, he did get that. Okay. Looks like coming up empty in Stealth's room, so I think that was 7 at this point. This is 8.
Yeah, 8 is right.
Yeah, so Walter, though, needs to be a bit careful on this fight. Trinex himself does do 4 hearts of damage. Just gonna spam that fire rod shot and just hope you don't get hit.
That last hit did not count. The last hammer hit. Do find the mushroom here in GT, check number 9.
We're probably not going to see that turned in.
But we do get to know what it is in the credits, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. What a great hammer hitbox we have. I thought that last hit would have landed, but of course it doesn't. Nevertheless, though, Walter does take down Trinex. And with those flippers, I think he is also just going to be able to go Mo Swamp Palace.
Yeah, meanwhile we see check, 10 through 13, also not having the big key. Also no tempered still, so...
Alright, so Hitsu does have plenty of arrows here for Ice Armos. I'm going to assume that he is relatively familiar with this. It does take a little bit of time to make sure that the anti-fairy gets out of the way, because we don't actually have powder with us in order to take care of it.
Yeah, and that also means like every damage you take from now on is gonna, affect your Ganon fight in some way. So it's super smart to just play it safe, because you cannot refill on hearts anywhere on the way. Kinda like NMG.
Oh yeah, that's right. We don't even have the option. Oh, I guess Hitsu can fake powder if he wants. It'll be pretty painful though if he has half magic.
Yeah, I guess he could visit the safety room, but who does that, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's in tile room, I guess. The fact that Hitsu is. Oh no, he never did right side. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, we still have
right.
compass room.
That's right.
Just gonna do his nice little key dash. I'm kind of wondering if Walther's gonna, open any chests, considering he just skipped that one on Laser Bridge, which was kind of odd, not gonna lie, but yeah, he's finding that big key. I don't know which check that was now. 18, right? Because there's 4 chests after that, like Tie Room and the 3 other in Compass Room.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But chat probably knows, and then we can just wait and then type it in.
Alright, so let's take stock on what Hitsu has. He's on 5 hearts at this point, going up Gauntlet. He does have a blue potion. It's a little dicey though. I don't know. I mean, especially on Master Sword too. He doesn't even have tempered.
Right, chat seems to confirm 18, but also not really sure themselves. So. But yeah, let's see if Hitsu
I think it's 18.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see if Hitsu gets the safety room or not. I want
to see GBZ here on Hitsu. No.
No, it's not happening.
All right. Also no safety room, so Hitsu's gonna brave this gauntlet on 5 hearts.
Alright, Walther checking the chest on the way. Yeah, doing good work so far. Pretty quick gauntlet. But worst rooms are coming up now, and
Yeah.
obviously that top red Zazak always goes right when you don't want him to. It's a pain,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh my gosh, Hitsu.
Okay.
What happened there?
I don't know, but it looks like he just got scammed out of that heart.
Oh my gosh, Hitsu. Yeah, I was a little surprised that he didn't actually pull out the fire rod a bit earlier. He does have half magic, so he could actually potentially get a little bit more offense. But yeah, like, there are some movement patterns for. Oh wow, okay, that was close. Yeah, unfortunately, like the Lambo was pretty close to him, also a pretty short hop, so he couldn't actually get the one cycle, but managed to clean things up on the second one.
Knows where the small magic is. Okay, pulls out the raw pain. Oh, he almost died from that too. Because these beams do 4 hearts, right?
That's right, yes. Everything about the Wizards do 4 hearts of damage, so the fact that he was able to avoid that one just by like a couple pixels, or maybe 1 or 2, yeah, super
dude,
close.
he's playing this.
Yeah, jeez.
I do not like this.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so Hitsu gets pretty fortunate not to get lotteried and frame rolled by those red guards.
Let's hope he can avoid the lasers here in this room.
Yeah, so lasers also do 4 hearts of damage. I assume also he's maybe taking his time to make sure that he doesn't despawn upper GT as well. I don't think he has his audio, so... But I assume the jingle played.
Yeah, he stopped for a little bit and then, you know, went on. That's kind of like the visual cue that the door closed behind him.
Alright, so as we have a couple more checks potentially for that 3rd or 4th sword to be hiding. That was pretty close to that bomb explosion. Hitsu's hoping for that tempered sword. Oh my gosh, Hitsu. Oh my, this is a terrible place to be. If he dies up here, oh my god! Dude, what a fortunate find! I can't believe Powder is up here. He has a magic refill, or power refill. Oh wow, Hitsu, the luck.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Now I kind of know what's going on in these 2v2 races I have with Hitsu every time. That's so Hitsu-like, not gonna lie.
I cannot believe that happened. Alright, you know what? We don't have a tempered sword, you know, but we found that powder, which at least Hitsu gives a bit more buffer on his way to get it. Yeah, unfortunately, just the compass, you know, in the last possible check that he's going to, you know, we're going to see on his side. So I imagine, okay, so Walter's entering GT in the basement. Okay, actually it looks like he is going to save just a little bit of time over Hitsu because I think he doesn't have to go to Hope Room. We didn't see a small key on the right side. Oh, but actually if he does just Alphas from Mirrors Out, he's going to save some time on Hitsu because he's going to have a small key. Mm-hmm. That seemed relatively fast actually for an Aga fight. Unfortunately, I didn't see what the cycles were.
Yeah, I think that was the fastest he could have gotten, right?
Okay.
Like a 3-2-1 or something.
Alright, so, you know, of course, this is going to be seeded, so when Walter, assuming Walter goes and beats Aga 2, he's going to have the same patterns. Walter has 4 small keys somehow. I guess there must have been a lot in Stalfa's room. Alright, so Hitsu on his way over. So phase 1 and 2 for Ganon, he is going to do 24 slashes and try and do his best not to get hit.
You got a favorable position on the bottom, but not so much on the top. This one's also not great for Master Sword, because you kind of want him to be 1 tile away from the from the edge, so you can do double spins like this. This right here is pretty good.
Yeah.
If you can transition to phase 2, which he did, then you can just keep spamming, you know, the double spins, and you can deal a ton of damage.
Yeah, and you know, we kind of saw like in the earlier phases, right? Is you see how much knockback, right? Even like a Master Sword spin does, right? So this is actually one of the reasons why you want to be able to really like have some not have any room basically to incur the knockback. Of course, Hitsu pulling out the cape. Oh, those fire bats. At least he's, you know, past the probably the most dangerous parts of this fight. I think from here on out, he still can't touch cannon, but the fire bats only now do 2 points of damage, as opposed to the 4.
Yeah, worst part is done, and now it's just, you know, get torch glitch, which is, like, if you play it safe and you just spam lamp, there's, like, you know, little room to miss it. And, that looks like that's what he's gonna do. Bait the fire bat to the middle and then just, you know, spam the lamp.
Yeah,
now it's
and
just
of course,
24 spins, he still has a blue potion, so should be good. Unless he does what nobody does on this fight, right? Like,
okay, I was not expecting the fire rod, but you know, Hitsu's the one playing the scene, so.
I'm surprised he went for that. Yeah, that was a little bit too late. If your timing is just right, you can, you know, still light the torch and get a spin on top right. But yeah, if it's a little bit too late, these spins get a lot harder.
Alright, so Walter confirming that he did pick up the bug net in Laser Bridge and Turtle Rock. Did stop by the safety room to catch a pretty important fairy, most likely. I don't remember if he ended up getting a blue potion or not, but having some more health on the way in the Gauntlet and on his way to Ganon himself is going to be pretty good.
Oh, barely misses that.
Yeah.
That pot throw on the Zazak has to go all the way up. Not the gauntlet you want to have.
Looks like at least he has a better luck this room with the pink size axe. Oh, please don't mirror Walter.
But yeah, these last 2 rooms definitely made up for that third one. But yeah, meanwhile, we see a dead pick on Hitsu's side. Very well done.
Hitsu has won his battle, his endurance battle against Ganon. He is the last soul survivor. Walking across this bridge, kick your GG's at in chat for Hitsuyan1337. Gonna take the 2-0 win over Walter in this best of 3 series. And looks like finishing official time with 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 53 seconds. GG's Hitsu.
Yeah, GG's. That was definitely well played. Like, not a lot of execution errors. You know, a little bit, you know, inefficient here and there, but nothing too major in my opinion. And
he
like,
did do the lane move and check the back of escape super early.
Yeah. Yeah, and also other than that, his routing was, you know, on point. I mean, there was not much room, but he did check Eason, which was not required. He did check Smiths, and yeah, but everything else was just kind of, you know, you have the items, just go and do that, and it made sense. And there was, you know, the next item, so not the most exciting seed, but it was still fun to watch.
I mean, I think Hitsu had a pretty good adventure through the Gauntlet.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, these Wizard Rooms, I was a little bit scared.
Yeah, he didn't even need his potion at the end too. Oh no, he must have used it because he was down magic.
Yeah, looks like Walter's also gonna.
Yeah. Walter probably wasn't expecting that powder. He has less health than Hitsu does.
That's still 9 hearts, so if he does not take another hit here in GT, he's fine for, you know, like 2 fire bats or a hike from Ganon or something, so.
Yeah, and he does have a fairy, also to spare. But of course, you know, Masters are so listed. Hitsu actually made it look pretty easy. It is not an easy battle.
Yeah, it looks like we're joined from our winner, Hitsu.
Hitsu,
GG's, my man.
GG's. Yeah, GG's.
GG's.
How are you feeling?
Being good. Don't expect it to win after doing Eastern early for nothing. Losing all the time in Eastern because I had no magic to light the torch in this one room.
Yeah, we noticed, but you know, funnily enough, both of you just went straight to Eastern Palace after escape, so there was really no time loss from either of you. And what really won you the game, it's kind of funny, you know, back in the day when you made fun of me for going to back of escape super early, that's what won you the game, because Walther did not go there for quite a while, so he did not have mirror, he did not get the book from K45, and pretty much last location mids in this seed, so yeah, everything else, as we said, was kind of on the way, you know, not much
So
room
you
for diversity.
carried me in this one.
I did what? Sorry?
You carried me in this seed, you want to
That's
say.
right.
Yeah, kind of. I guess. Yeah, it was really just the mirror that made the difference, and yeah, execution was good on both sides, I would say. See how Walther's Ganon goes in a second, but yeah, very clean race from you.
Oh yeah, I guess.
T was a bit scuffed, I think, execution-wise, because I
Maybe.
was on low HP also, and then... Yeah.
And then just when you were about to die, you got that powder, so that was pretty funny to see.
Yeah.
But this Eastern already made me skip like one check in Maya, one in Hera.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask like why you ended up skipping. I mean, the Hera one might like a lot. It's more common to do. But then like the Meyer one, like actually you and Walter both went straight to the back.
Yeah, you pretty much did like both the exact same stuff, except for back of escape. So, like you skipped both the Hera big chest. You both skipped, you know, the second item in Maya. Pretty similar routing in general. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about that seed, honestly. It was pretty straightforward, so there's not much to talk about.
So, oh well, okay. So Hitsu, why did you decide to go to Eastern initially?
At the start, because
Yes.
I got the bow in Lost Woods and had no bombs, and then I wanted to buy bombs there and do the Sush opening.
Oh,
and
that
then
was the reason. Oh right, you can't even. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and it was Green Pendant, and I found all 3 items and said, okay, just YOLO the back, because I started with Eastern, that I don't have to jump 2 times down to the boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I was 1-0 ahead also against Walter, so I was thinking I can just also do some plays like this.
Yeah, that's true. So if you're ahead, like 1-0 or behind, you know, like different runners have different approaches. Like some people, you know, tend to play it safe then, be like, okay, let's just, you know, I have the lead so I can, you know, don't have to risk anything. Others just go and gamble stuff because they, you know, have that safety net. And guess you're that kind of person.
Yeah, I don't really. After the initial Eastern play, I don't know if we really saw much more like gambling things. Probably, well, I guess maybe Meyer.
Yeah, Smith Chain was also like, normally I would prefer to check the mountain first. But then I said, maybe let's do Smith, not that Ice Wall is here or something. And then I saved my portal on Laser Bridge and it's behind mirror or anything.
Yeah, I think Smith was fine at that point, right? Because really the only thing you had left was the mountain. Maybe a check here and there.
I don't feel good because when you have all items at the end, you think, what's when your opponent got route, like getting the book, going to desert, get the mids and having only 1 mountain trip maybe, getting the ice sword there and the flippers in TR in one go.
Yeah, I think that can happen, right? But like the usual game goes like if you mess up something, your opponent is gonna mess up something as well, because it's 1 hour and 30 minutes usually, right? So it does not always go perfect for like either of the runners. I mean, as I said, it can happen, but it's not very likely.
Meanwhile, Walter has finished his Ganon fight. Get your GGs out in chat for Walter, finishing with an official time of 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 5 seconds.
Yeah,
GGs, Walter.
We're also
Yeah.
already joined by him. GG's, my man.
Yeah.
GG's, guys.
GG's.
I will say, so like, maybe normally, in general, I'm known as a clown, but I'm not known for clown routing. And I will say clown routing is actually really exciting. My heart was beating very fast, but
Walter,
skipping
what?
stuff.
Is Hitsu like converting you to the dark side? Or the rainbow side, I guess?
I mean, I was thinking like, it's game 1. So like, even if I lose here, I'm not out yet. So I was okay with taking a loss for clown routing a bit. Live in the mirror or like back of escape was a little bit stupid though. It wasn't on purpose, but it was like I realized that when I was already in CAC on the way to the Dark Worlds, it was a little bit too late to change my mind at that point.
Yeah, that's true. Now I also mentioned it's not very common that you don't get to clear when you do escape, so forgetting it in standard seeds makes some sense, I guess. And yeah, we just said to Hitsu, it made all the difference, right? And I think you last location that book, if I'm not mistaken.
Except for the one item in Hera, I last located it.
Oh yeah, right.
I think if I had a mirror, I was pretty likely to go to Hype Cave through like digging game and all that. But I'm not sure, because I had no idea what I was doing this seed. I was like just making it up as I go, because I don't know how to play aggressive. So I just was just hoping for the best. I was like trying to keep in mind what I skipped.
I mean, you did play pretty aggressive with that early Skullwoods dip, almost dying to Moth, and then you got the hook shot, so that was super exciting to see.
I hit Moth like 8 or 9 times with a hammer. He just refused to register any hits.
Oh man. This boss is the worst boss.
Oh yeah, and yeah, you went there super early, Walter. And so like actually, so Hitsu visited Hype Cave, before. And he had the mirror, so like he didn't have to deal with the statue room, right? Like he had a little bit more health than you as well.
Yeah. I thought about going up to the mountain as soon as I got the hook shot, because I figured I probably got that hook shot first, but there was still like I just wanted to drink the crystals and then go up. I don't know. I don't think that would have made too much of a difference though, because I still missed the mirror. The boots weren't even required for anything, was they?
They were required for fun, Walter. Okay.
That's true.
To make the game playable.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think because Hitsu went up the mountain earlier, like he ended up getting boots a little bit earlier than you. But I don't really know if it made that much of a difference.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, not really.
Unless you had the mitts already going up the mountain.
No, you guys, did go back and forth. Like when you cleared Pod, he did Death Mountain, and then you guys just switched around, and it was like that for a lot of the seed, with the only difference being that Hitsu had the mirror and you did not. So that was really all that put you behind for like all of the seed. Everything else was just straightforward on the way. As we just mentioned to Hitsu, you find items, you clear the respective dungeon, you find more items. Like that's kind of what went wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as you mentioned, you're not out yet, so you're still in the, I guess, losers bracket part, right? So who's going to be your opponent for that?
It's Duke Firebird, and then Hitsu will play Bonta.
So
how are you feeling?
We might get to play again.
Yeah, how are both of you feeling about your respective matchups? Any strategies or?
I haven't seen Duke play too much. I saw like his 2 games against Bonta, but I don't know. I'll just try to do my best, and if that's enough, then I look forward to meeting Hitsu again.
Hitsu, thoughts about facing Fonta?
Wait. That means you already expect Hitsu to lose, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Execution-wise, I would say Bonta's better, but I still win this, I guess.
Yeah, anything can happen.
You have the RNG on your side, Hitsu.
True.
I mean, nevertheless, should be really exciting matches to watch. Definitely looking forward to them. So best of luck, of course, to both of you.
Yeah. Also, Hitsu, thank you for giving me a clear schedule tomorrow, so I can relax tomorrow. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, thank you as well.
And yeah, thank you, Claire Merson, for Lane for doing the comms, and B-Links for the tracking.
Yeah, thank you, Walter and Hitsu, for putting on a pretty cool, exciting race to watch. It's definitely really exciting. So we have like plenty of other rando matches today, this weekend. Just take a quick peek at the schedule. There is going to be looks like 2 matches going on simultaneously, one on SpeedGaming 5 and one on ALTTPR Randomizer at 8:10. It's going to be Frostbite versus Will WC and Ben Teasy versus Jet. Those are pretty good. 8:40 is Scrub Casual versus Aussie is keeping 4, and then a bunch of stuff, basically 10 p.m., 11:10 p.m., 12 a.m. Tons of, basically you want rando on the hour every hour. It's available to you. Thanks to SpeedGaming Channels for letting us host this tournament. Elaine, thank you. It was a lot of fun commentating with you. It was really cool to be able to do this. I can let you have final words.
Yeah, thank you as well, both the runners, for this awesome match. Pretty high, high skill match in my opinion. And as you said, thank you for the commentary, Clemaus. We finally got to do this, and thanks a lot to B-Links for the tracking. As you stated earlier, it's very underrated, but it's super important work. So thank you very much, and thanks everyone for watching.